Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. I changed the camera setup. Hope you guys do. I think it looks much better than the old one. Yeah, you can see that I just recorded in my bedroom. That's all it is. But yeah, we are talking about a big transfer update which really came out of the blue. And that is regarding Victor Osimhen. A Italian, I believe an Italian outlet has basically reported that Victor Osimhen is expecting an offer from Arsenal this summer. Napoli wants the entire 130 million euro release clause, but won't keep him next season due to his salary rise to 10 million euros. Osimhen is also welcoming offers from Saudi Arabia and Middle Eastern clubs. Now, with Osimhen, I remember there was a period, I think it was only a few weeks ago, the reports were that apparently Chelsea were interested in signing Victor Osimhen. Now, I think it's quite reported as well, quite well known that Victor Osimhen, of course, being a fan of Chelsea, apparently he was like a Chelsea fan. I don't know how quite true that is, but I have seen it around. But yeah, it doesn't matter. But yeah, apparently the rumours are Victor Osimhen is expecting an offer from Arsenal. Now, if you actually remember last season, Victor Osimhen got a big deal from Saudi Arabia last season. I think he was going to be one of the most paid players in the world. I think it was like £1 million or something euros a week, and he did reject it. Now, Napoli, let's talk about this transfer. Napoli this season, right? I think they have literally done one of the worst title defenses ever I've seen. They have finished 10th after winning the league last season. They have finished 10th, and part of that reason was a lot of injuries. I do believe they had a lot of injuries, and one of those players was Victor Osimhen. Now, I mean, I'll be honest, this transfer did come out of nowhere, so I'm just going to quickly show you the screen of a Victor Osimhen. Okay, yeah, so I finally managed to get myself back on the screen. But yeah, on the screen you can see, of course, transfer market about Victor Osimhen. Now, Victor Osimhen this season, 25 appearances only. Of course, that was his contribution. This was limited because of his hamstring injury, which we can see on the screen there. He's scored 15 goals, 3 assists, so still a decent return overall from himself this season. Now, when you talk about creme de la creme strikers, yeah, we have to admit Victor Osimhen is definitely on that list. Okay, there is no doubt that Victor Osimhen is a quality player. He's an absolute beast. Okay, and he is a player that would greatly improve us. He's that focal point. He's like a Kai Havertz, but almost like, I don't know, on steroids. That's how good he will be. But of course, the one thing that is limiting Victor Osimhen from coming to Arsenal is that massive transfer fee. We don't know how much the transfer fee will be. Of course, if we go by the release clause, 130 million euros for one player. I don't think we are in a position just to spend that on one player. Yes, we did it last season, and that was in Declan Rice, but that was a proven, Premier League player that we didn't have to worry about adapting. Victor Osimhen comes to the Premier League, we have to now give him a bit of time so he can adapt to the league, when we actually do need a player that can hit the ground running when you're spending £100 million, because unfortunately also not Manchester City, where we could spend £100 million on players and expect a player to give him some time. We need players, if we're spending £100 million, to come and hit the floor running, and that's exactly what Declan Rice did. Whether we can do that another season in a row, I do not know. But look, Victor Osimhen, I would love to take him out also. He is a quality striker, one of the the basically focal points for Napoli, and this is a player that from going to a focal point to one team, he'll be another focal point in another team. Because when you look at Arsenal right now, I think when you look at our attack, all the attention is on Saka right now, and I think we need better players around him, especially in that front line, to actually take the attention off Saka, ease the burden from him. And I think Victor Osimhen could be that player. Whether we sign him, I do not know. I think there are a lot more forwards for me that I think Arsenal can. For me, I would prefer to get instead of Victor Osimhen. I think someone like a Sesko, when you get a Sesko, you still have more money to get a midfielder, even a winger, compared to if you get a Osimhen. That would be like a majority, I would say 80% of our budget gone just on one striker. So yeah, it's going to be a decision for Arsenal to make, but I'll be honest, I don't think we're going to get Victor Osimhen. If we do get him, no complaints, but I just think because of the fee, I just think you can do much better in the market. Of course, saying that the market is just so limited in terms of top quality strikers. And another thing, top available strikers. For example, I would love Isaac, but he's playing at Newcastle, and Newcastle are definitely not going to sell Isaac and Bruno Gomes in one season. It's only going to be one of them. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens to Victor Osimhen. Like I said, I would love him to come to Arsenal. This season hasn't been the best for him, but I would allow him because I would, I'm not going to worry too much about this season because he has been injured. And if you look at this season, I mean, just last season, the season they won the league, look at 32 appearances, 26 goals. So, and then you look at the season before that, you're looking at 27 appearances, 14 goals, 5 assists. But yeah, look, he still has a good return, especially when you consider he's been out injured, and he's a top quality striker, one of the best strikers right now on the market. And I'm sure if he comes also, he will improve us by a lot. But when you look at that release clause, can you do much better in the market with that money? Could you get maybe an attacker and a forward, a midfielder and a forward with that type of money? You probably can. So yeah, it's going to be a question of whether Arsenal believe that he is that good that he can provide us the output of 2 players. That's going to be the big question. But for me, yeah, like I said, I don't think it's going to happen. If it does happen, I'd be very shocked. I do think I think he could end up probably just staying at Napoli, because of course with Conte coming, if you look at Conte, he favors those type of tall strikers, and I think they're also trying to get Lukaku. So I think it will. I think the plan would probably be to play Osimhen and Lukaku up front. Could you imagine that partnership for Napoli? But yeah, I'd be very surprised, and I think especially with Conte coming, I think Conte would have been promised that Osimhen stays. I'm sure when managers look at jobs, when they're applying to managerial jobs, they look at the big stars and have to get assurances that the big stars will stay. So I'm sure Conte would have received the same thing about Osimhen. But yeah, that's just my thoughts about Osimhen. Let me know in the comments if you would wish Arsenal to sign him. Maybe you're on a different boat. Maybe you think Arsenal should spend all the budget on Osimhen. Who knows? Let me know in the comments. Remember to subscribe, like the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.